Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. For today's Sharks versus Cheetahs preview, Friday Night Lights, as they say, and a very, very interesting game because it is first versus third. Sharks and Joey Mangala have made a staunch comeback and are on a pretty good run at the moment. And it'll be interesting to see at this stage, not too many URC stars dropping into the side. But after what will be now a 2-week break, we're interested to see if there are any other players who sort of come in to really strengthen the Sharks side, which, to be fair, are coping quite well without them. They're taking on the Cheetahs side, who currently top of the log. They've got a 3-point gap on the likes of the Pumas and a 5-point gap on the Sharks. So pretty important for them to go try and get a victory this weekend after going down at the hands of the Lions last weekend. Kicking was at 7 o'clock or 7:05 to be precise, down at Kings Park, down in Durban. The precursor will be Western Province versus Pumas, so very cool rugby tomorrow night, as well as a Champions Cup match, or Challenge Cup final rather, starting at 9 o'clock. So plenty of good action to watch tomorrow. Before we look at the two teams, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. We'll start with the home side, which are the Sharks. Not too many changes there. So it is Kwesi Mona in the front row next to Fez Mbata. And in the tight head will be Carly Sadi. So good to see him getting some game time. It does, nothing to confirm, but it looks like he will be leaving the Union. But until then, we're looking to get a lot of game time in there. Jean-Andre Labuskakny partners Reniel Hugo in the lock. For me, it's a much better tight five. I think that Jean-Andre Labuskakny obviously can do a very good job on the flank, but I think moving him into lock and allowing the likes of Dylan Richardson and James Fenton to both start on the flank as well, I think it adds. I think they do get a bit of a better pack, very mobile pack. Maybe not necessarily the biggest pack, but pretty good over the ground. And yeah, so the loose trio will be Dylan Richardson, James Fenter, and Henko Fenter. Tion Free will partner Lionel Cornier. Apele Fasia Penkler, the two wings. Alvaro Vasaki partners Murray Costa in the midfield. Navaldo Fleurs, who kicked a very important conversion attempt last week, will once again start at 15. Off the bench, Dan Jooste, Dian Bleuler, Hanro Jacobs, Marco de Witt, Sigmund Noche comes down. Silampilo Gomedi, who's been recently leaked potentially as a Bulls player. Bradley Davids and Marius Portkita off the bench. Pretty good Shark side. And decent depth as well in the bench. If we look at the Cheetah side, not too many changes, but two players actually playing their future unions, the likes of George Cornea and Sia Masuku. Both of them have been confirmed as Sharks players for next season this week. If you look at the front row, though, Schalk Ferreira, Marnus van der Merwe, Henkes van Wyk, Marnus van der Merwe swapping with Louis van der Westhuizen this weekend. Henkes van Wyk, Schalk Ferreira, pretty much the two sort of continual props, sort of never really seem to move out of that position. Renier Bernardo replaces Zola Zito. He partners Victor Sekike to the captain in the second row. Gideon van der Merwe has Friedel Olivier and George Cornea and company. George Cornea sort of showed how explosive he was last week against the Lions in a losing cause. And I think Sharks fans would have been very happy with that performance and be very keen to see what their future loose forward star could look like. Ruan Pinar will partner George Lawrence, who comes off the bench from last week and does start. Cohen Jasper, Daniel Cassandra, the two wings. Robert Ibbotson, David Brits in the midfield. Tapura Mafura at full back. Off the bench, Louis van der Westhuizen, Obisizwe, Nkoli, Dolph Buerta, Sibabala Koma, Daniel Martins, Sia Masuku, Arian Clear, and Ivadi Boshoff. So it's an interesting bench, but it's a decent side. And again, if they're looking to try and get that home playoff, very important they get the job done. Sharks win, for example, Cheetahs come away with just 1 point, and they could almost find themselves down in sort of third or fourth within the next 2 weeks if the right results go for the other team and the wrong results go for the Cheetahs. So a bit of pressure on the side from Bloemfontein. Still looking pretty comfortable to make the playoffs. They do have an 11-point lead on Western Province, sitting in fourth place. More importantly, they've got a 14-point lead on the Lions, who kind of sit in fifth. So they've pretty much booked their spot in the playoffs, but home advantage is always so important, and that's definitely something that they will be looking for, given how well they have started the Currie Cup. But all the other teams starting to catch up, especially as the URC sides do start to bring more and more players back into the mix from the URC. It'll be interesting to see how they sort of do manage to sort of bounce back a bit and start to add pressure on the likes of the Cheetahs and the Pumas, who went out quickly but are now slowly kind of being reeled in. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.